standing. Feet under your hips. Wiggle your toes, bend your knees a little bit, maybe roll the shoulders out a little bit, just kind of shake it all off. Let's take a moment to really feel our feet root into the ground. We've got our big toe, we've got our pinky toe, we've got our heel. Each point has a little pressure. Each point is really helping us feel grounded and solid. Knees are a little soft. Ribs are relaxed down, and our chin is in towards our throat, so the back of the neck feels long. And we'll start with 3 breaths. So with these 3 breaths today, I want you to just check in with where you are, where you're feeling the breath. So just go ahead and take a breath in. And just notice where it's hitting, where you might feel a little tight or a little tension. And then on the exhale, just let it come out, nice and light, relaxed. And maybe you're feeling like you need to take a deep breath. Maybe you're like, oh, I just need a big breath. Just note it. You don't need to judge it. We're just gonna take it in. We're gonna see where we're at, and then we're gonna let it go. So right now, as we're starting, we're just observing. Let's do 1 more breath in, however it comes in, and however it goes out. Okay, and now let's make sure to be breathing in and out of the nose. Let's take those arms out in front. Let's pat the belly, wake up the digestive system, get our bodies moving here. Good. And then go ahead and rub the belly. And let's bend the knees and let the hands come up, shoulders shrug up. Let's drop it down, bounce around, just get all that. Get that energy out, sink those feet into the ground, and just start to build a little heat here in the body. It kind of feels like you're just shaking it out. Just shake it all out. Good, let's go ahead and let it go, and then we're gonna take the left palm out. We'll pat our chest. We're gonna bring it down to the hand, give it a little clap. And then we'll go top of the hand and up to the neck and the shoulder. Let's get that neck area a little bit. And then take the thumb up and come down to the thumb line. We'll bring it back and we'll go underneath to the pinky line. And we'll take it down the side of the body, little side bend even. And take it across the chest, switch it out, right arm out. And we'll go clap. And we'll go top of the hand, up to the neck and the shoulder. Thumb goes up, coming down to the thumb line. Bring it back up and underneath to the pinky line. And we'll take it back down the side of the body to the chest. We'll rub the chest, solar plexus, and the belly. Good, little hinge forward. Let's pat the sacrum. And then let's get into those glutes for a second. Just get all around. We'll wake them up and take it down the back line. So back of the legs, woo, and up the inside, and down the outside, and up the inside. And then we'll go down the front, and up the inside. We'll twist our ribs to the left, to the right, left, right, rub the belly. Let's take our hip circle, so hands onto the pelvis, a little bit wider with the feet, and start to circle around, maybe feeling how smooth it can go there. If it's feeling a little sticky, you can slow it down. Let's go the other way. Good. Nice. All right, let's make a fist. Nice and tight, like really white knuckle it here. Oh, and then go nice and wide, and then make a fist. So we're really trying to bring some blood flow into the hands. One more time. Good, let's send it up. Big stretch to the sky. Let's really open up. Open up the body, be big. And then let's send the hips back, head forward, reach. And then come all the way down, and if you want to bend your knees, feel free. Let your head hang, let gravity take you down for a second. Let all the weight kind of come off of your shoulders, and let just gravity pull that neck long. And then we're gonna go tailbone to the ground, belly lifts, we're gonna roll it up. And again, big star, like be a big star. Get really big, open up, spread the fingers, take up space. And then send it back, reach it wide, come on down, bend the knees. Nod your head yes and no, just kind of let it hang. And then tailbone down, roll it up. One more time, reach, send it out, suspend here for just a second. And then come all the way down. Good. Last one, nice slow roll up the spine, stacking up each vertebrae. And we'll roll those shoulders back and down. Good, we're gonna start down at the floor. So starting with our calves, working up the back. So have your rolled up blanket or towel on the ground, and you can hold on to your chair or a desk or the wall. And we're gonna prop the right ball of the foot up and kind of come over to the left side of it a little bit. So prop the right side of your foot up, make sure your heel is down, and then we're gonna step the left foot. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Before we step forward, make sure your heel is really imprinted, and we're gonna come into our neutral position. So making sure that the pubic bone is drawing up towards the shoulder blades and the ribs are relaxed, chin towards the throat. From that position, then go ahead and step your left foot forward as much as you can to start to feel a nice stretch into the back of the right leg. If it's too aggressive, back it off, yeah? But what's important is we've got the energy going into that right heel. We're keeping our neutral position. You can even test it out, see what happens when you send your hips back, and then recommit to your neutral, and then see how much more of a stretch you're gonna get there. So once I'm in that position, really send energy down into the heel, into the back of the leg, and then I like to do like little circles because it just kind of explores that range and kind of hits all those tight spots. Just nice and slow. Good, and then we'll go the other way, working all around that calf. And you can step the other foot forward more if it's feeling like you want a little more stretch. Nice, now come back through center and let's bend the knees. So now we're gonna stretch up into the soleus, that's the muscle underneath in the calf, the two calf muscles there. So that's gonna, for me, I feel that one a whole bunch. Same things are happening, your heel is taking the weight, you're still in your neutral. Good, and then I like to do those little circles here too. You can avoid those, you could just hold and breathe, whatever feels good for you here. And then I'm gonna go the other way. Oh, I feel like I could stay here all day. Good, if you have a standing desk, this is an awesome thing to have to do while you're at your standing desk. Just put the towel down, stretch while you're standing. It's a perfect way to spend your time, yeah? Good, go ahead and shake that off for a second, give it a little roll out. And then I'm gonna take that same foot, so it's still my right foot, and I'm gonna send the top of the foot back behind me. We're gonna stretch through the front now. Imprint the top of the foot into the ground and then send your hip points forward, almost like you're trying to drag it forward. And you should be feeling this nice stretch across the front of the foot, maybe up into the shin a little bit. Hold it there. And then your heel can make a little rainbow side to side, just to explore the range there. And get a nice little stretch to the front of the shin and the top of the foot. Good, and then roll that out. Let's do the other side. So left ball of the foot is gonna go up, heel is imprinting, we're coming into our neutral, and then we're stepping our right foot forward as much as we can. It might be more or less than the other side. We don't need to, you know, try to beat the side. We'll just go where it goes. Feel that stretch, sink the heel into the ground. Nice, and then little circles. I definitely talked about this before, but opening up those calves, really, it just brings it all up the chain. So if you wear heels or even a small heel throughout the day, it really shortens the back line of the body, or if you've been sitting all day. So this is a great thing to do throughout the day or after you've worn heels. Take shoes off, do this stretch, open up the back of the leg. Let's go the other way. Nice, come through your center. Let's bend the knee now. Oh, okay. Good, and keep sinking into the heel. You can circle if you want, you can just hold for some. I'm just gonna hold for this one for a second. My left side says just hold. Feel free to do it, feels right. Good. Nice. Honestly, I feel like I need to do this all day, every day. Great, take it off, roll it out. Let's do the top of the foot. So top of the foot presses down, hips pull forward. We're imprinting the top of the foot into the ground, opening up the front of the foot and the shin. And then if it feels right for you, maybe a little rainbow with the heel. If it's not right, just hold where it feels good. Good. One more stretch here. Ooh. Nice. And now we're going to do both feet up. So this is a double hamstring stretch here. So the balls of my feet are up, and I want the outer edges of my feet to be parallel. And what I'm looking at when I'm saying that is the little bone outside the pinky, and then the bone just outside the ankle, like get that parallel. It might feel, sometimes it feels like you're almost pigeon-toed, but that's actually your true parallel stance. And then heels are down. And the other thing I want to think about is a lot of times the knees will tend to knock in. So I want you to think about really wrapping your inner thighs forward, and this is all coming from the top of the hips. You can think about the sides of your thighs wrapping onto the back. So just think about that rotation that's happening in the top of the hip and get that going first. And now we're gonna move from the pelvis. So keep the spine stable, lift the tailbone, that starts to hinge the pelvis forward, and then the spine will follow. And then just go until you feel that stretch. Make sure we didn't collapse here or tuck the pelvis under, because that's gonna we're not gonna find this stretch there. So back of the sit bones up, and if you need to be higher, be higher. This is pretty intense here, so feel free to lift up. And then I just caught myself, don't let those ribs go. We want to keep the ribs lifted, right? So feel that hammock across the ribs, and then just find your breath here. I know I gave you a ton of cues here, but I'm trying to get you into the best stretch. And remember, I don't care how low your chest is, right? I don't care how far forward you're bending. What we're really focusing on is what's happening in the back of the legs and up and through the pelvis. So if you're feeling your tailbone tuck under, lift yourself up. Really lift the tailbone up towards the sky. That's where we want to lead from. Take a couple of soft breaths here. And then think about your tailbone having a little fish hook that's just going to pull it up to the sky a centimeter more. Oh boy. I felt that one. And then let's just try to relax into that. Good, one more breath. And then let's come out of that. Great, we'll just put the blanket to the side, and then we're gonna go into a little hamstring and psoas stretch. So I'm gonna place the chair so I can put my foot on it. I'm gonna have my right hand on the chair and my right foot on the chair. And you could also maybe have a desk, like hold on to a desk or hold on to a wall. And what we're gonna start with is a little hamstring stretch. So I'm gonna flex my toes back towards my shin, and I'm gonna think about my right tailbone or my right sit bone trying to draw back. As I give a little hinge forward, I'm gonna reach my left arm toward, I'm gonna think about reaching it past my right foot. And then I'm gonna place the right foot down, lunge forward, and my back knee can be bent a little bit. And then we're gonna really pull the pubic bone under, or you can think about pubic bone drawing up towards shoulder blades. And now I'm looking to get into the front of these hip flexors here. So really, you gotta really take that tailbone under and feel that stretch. Good. So we're gonna add on by taking the left arm over and stretching over, so side arcing, and now we're opening up the side of the body. And now we're just gonna flow back and forth. So draw your right sit bone back, reach, and then draw forward, draw the pubic bone up and over through the left arm. Now I start to break a sweat on this one. Yeah, because it might be just like a stretch, but it is intense, right? So go as quick or as slow as you want to go here. Just let it flow a few more times. And again, you can always hold a position if that's better for you. Just go ahead and hold in any position you want. Good, let's take this next one. Draw the hips under, take a big long stretch up and over. Great. And then bring it in. Nice, step it down. I'm gonna take the front of the chair here. Bring your hands down, feet under your hips. Let's do a little standing cat-cow. So knees are a little soft. I'm gonna take my tailbone and it's gonna start to draw underneath me like a scared puppy dog. And then from under my ribs, I'm really lifting up. So you can think about your abdominals, really hugging your organs up to your spine. Your head can look down between your inner thighs. Press your palms into the chair and take a moment to breathe between your shoulder blades. See if you can get your breath to stretch your shoulder blades a little bit further across the back. Nice, now we'll go long. So think about your tailbone and the crown of your head trying to stretch away from each other. They're making the longest line between them. At the very end, the tailbone might lift, the head might lift. And we'll do that a little more fluid. So tailbone under, round, press into the arms, stretch between the shoulder blades, and then lengthen it out. And around, and lengthen. Good, now I want you to hold this lengthened position, and since we're doing a little more breath work today, we're gonna think about our belly for a second. I know, I can't even see it because I'm hiding it. So I want you to really let it hang. Let it all hang out. A lot of times we suck it in, and what I want you to do is just see if you can really let it relax for a second, and just let it go. It's really important to be able to let your belly go so your diaphragm can move properly and really pull down and open up the lungs to get those deeper breaths. So let's just let that belly hang for a second. You might need to touch it. Like, say, it's okay. We don't need to put on our skinny jeans right now. We just gotta let that belly go. Good. Hands come onto the chair. Step your feet back into your plank position. Now let's take it back, and by rounding the spine, curling up and send it back to our little modified downward dog position, and then we'll curl it up and we'll send it forward. Let's do that a few times. Rotating through the spine. Good, keep it up. For 3, and 2, and 1. Good, hold it here. Nice, just take a breath. Now step the feet back underneath the hips. We're gonna do a little spinal twist. So bring your right hand to the center, left arm's gonna come off to the side, and we're gonna press the right palm in, rotate and reach away. Feel length through the crown of the head and your tailbone, and take a breath here. Feel where the breath has to go. So when you're in a twisted position, your breath kind of has to find new places to open up. Good, bring it under. Let's do that 2 more times. We'll go a little more fluid. 1 more time. Awesome, take it down. Let's do the other side. Open up and send it under. And open it up and send it under. Last one. And send it through. Good, bring it back in. And now I wanna rotate to the back of my chair real quick to do a thoracic stretch. So we're gonna take our palms onto the top of the chair. Elbows wrapped in, let's step it back. And I'm gonna do a little side twist with this one today. So we're gonna come down, start to stretch underneath. So if you're really tight up underneath your armpits and into your lats, your ribs can't move as well, right? You can't let your shoulder girdle move as well. So that's why we're gonna focus here. So when we get to our breath work, we feel a little more open through the breathing parts. That's what I'm kind of focusing on today, is really opening up all those breathing parts. So take a second here and let your heart and everything melt towards the ground. You can always soften your knees if this is going into your back, but also be aware that the ribs are still lifted. We're not collapsing here. Nice. Now we're gonna do a little side emphasis. So I'm gonna have you step your right foot to the center. And you're gonna take your left foot, you're gonna sweep it back on a half angle. So you're gonna sweep it back, and then you're gonna take your left palm and place it on top of the right palm. Now feel like your left hand is trying to shoot beyond the chair, and your left heel is trying to reach beyond behind you, and you should be really opening up the side of the body. And if, I kind of look like a little half moon shape here. Okay, so just try to find that position, whatever that is for you, and just find that, like the longest line from your palm all the way up to your heel. Nice, and then let's twist a little bit with the spine. Good, one more breath here, and we'll come back to center. And then I'm gonna take my left foot forward, sweep the right leg back, right hand comes on top, and we find distance. Reach beyond the right hand, reach beyond the right heel. Maybe twist a little bit. Opening up into that thoracic spine. Hold wherever you want to hold. And come back through center. Come on up. And then we're just going to reverse to the other side of that hamstring psoas stretch combo. Okay, so we're doing a little glide here. Left hand on the chair, left foot out in front. Let's flex so the toes are really pulling back. Energy is reaching through my heel. My sit bones are gonna reach back. I'm gonna find that stretch in my hamstring. Then place the foot down, lunge forward. Back knee can soften. Let's really pull the pelvis under. You're gonna feel that glute turn on. Right arm goes up and over. Oh yeah, back and forth. Feel free to hold any of those positions. Nice job, guys. Let's do 2 more. And the last one, let's hold it over for just an extra count. And come on up. Great. We're gonna take a seat. So let's sit it on down. Let's take a quick hip stretch just to get that whole body going. So flex the left foot, bring the knee up, take a couple of presses down. Good. From here, come forward and back a few times, just opening up into that hip. Come forward, hold and breathe. Feel free to rotate a little side to side. Nice, and then come on up. Let's switch to the other side. So right ankle on top, right knee drops to the ground a few times. And then a little hinge forward and back through the pelvis. And then a little side to side. I just didn't want to leave those hips out. I know, they need it. They need some love. Okay, come on up. All right, so from here, separate the feet a little bit. Give me a little spinal sway. Let your head go. And then we're gonna place our right hand down, let the left arm go up and over, big side stretch. Fold at the left elbow. Feel as though someone's pulling that left arm up and over a little bit more. And again, get into that side body for a second. And now let's stretch into the neck by keeping the right ear to the right shoulder and reach the left arm back out to the left. Rotate the arm up, so think about the back of the armpit spiraling up as if you're holding a water bottle in your left hand and you're twisting it back. And then just explore that nice stretch in the neck. You can move the arm, you can rotate it, you can move it forward and back, and then you can just let that head move around. So again, we're gonna open up into the scalenes and into the neck. Nice, feel like someone's pulling that left arm, and take your right hand and help lift your head back up on top. Good, now sit tall, let's sway again. And then let's take it up and over. Bend the right elbow, feel like someone's pulling that arm up and over. Breathe into those lungs. And then send that arm back out. And let's stretch into the neck, rotate the back of the arm up. Move it around a little bit, explore. And And then move that head around. It's just going to be intuitive. I'm not giving any specific directions. I just want you to explore. You'll know it when you find it, right? You'll know it when you feel it. Good. Reach really, really long and use your left hand to prop it up. Okay. Chin into the throat, back of the neck long. Almost feel like you're gonna pop your Barbie head up and off. Let's sit up nice and tall. Ribs are down. Feel like you're being suspended into the sky through the crown of the head. And let's take our hands onto our ribs. I want you to actually feel your ribs. Seal your mouth by letting your tongue touch the roof or palate of your mouth, and then close your lips. And now I want you to send your breath into your ribs. So the last little exercise we're gonna do is really trying to move the intercostals, move the muscles between the ribs. And so go ahead and just breathe in, try to make some space. And not only are we feeling maybe the ribs go wide, but maybe you're feeling the back of the ribs reach to the back of the wall, the front of the ribs go out. So think about expanding 360 as you breathe into those ribs for a second. Keep your head suspended and breathe in and out of the nose. And I'm gonna get more specific about the breath in just a moment. But I want you to take this time to almost imagine that you are now stretching from the inside out. You're using your breath to stretch you from the inside. Good, and then let's take our hands down onto our belly. Remember, let's relax that belly. And now as we breathe in, we're gonna send that breath all the way down into our belly. We're gonna let that belly really hang and relax. And then on the exhale, see if you can find a place of relaxation, just softening a little bit. Let your exhale let it come out of the nose, nice and soft and passive. So let's just focus there. Breathing in through the nose, filling the belly, relaxing at the top of the inhale, and as the exhale comes out, we just feel everything soften. Still keeping our posture here so the airways are nice and open. So this first focus is us getting a deep breath, meaning that it's going all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. Good. Now I want you to keep that same idea of just bringing that breath into the bottom of the lungs. And I want you to start to follow that breath all the way in and all the way out. So I want you to feel what it feels like, the slightly cooler air as it comes in through the nose, hits the back of the throat, maybe the ribs expand, the belly expands. And then the really passive exhale, and you're gonna feel the belly release, the ribs soften, and then you're gonna feel the slightly warmer air as it comes out of the nose. So just start to really focus in on that breath. Follow it all the way in. Feel exactly where it changes from the inhale into the exhale, and follow it all the way out. And if you have some thoughts coming into your brain, you don't want to be here, you're thinking about work, see if you can just let those go. We only have like another minute or two here. So just really let those thoughts go and just really focus in on your breath. So we've got that deep breath. Now I want you to think about adding on to that and making it a light breath, meaning that if you had a feather under your nose, you wouldn't disrupt the feather as the breath is coming in and out. So see if you can go ahead and just make that breath a little lighter, but it's still reaching down deep. And you're still following it as it comes in, and you're following it as it goes out. And the last quality I want to add to this breath is that I want to make it a little slower. So wherever you're at now, see if you can just slow it down just a little bit more. So it's still deep, it's still light, but now it's a little slower. So light, slow, and deep is how we're going to breathe. then we're still following it, feeling the slightly cooler air as it comes in, the slightly warmer air as it goes out. Okay, just giving ourselves a place to focus, feeling the transitions between the inhale and the exhale, focusing on how light you can make it. Good, let's just do one more cycle. And go ahead and relax your hands. Just take a moment to check in where you are now from where we started today. Do you feel any different, more relaxed? Do you maybe want to go take a nap now? I get that a lot. I feel like I wanted to go to sleep. That's great. That's where we want to be. If you're feeling a little more relaxed, even if it's just a little bit more relaxed, that's where we want to be. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can take some of that breath work with you throughout the day. It's always there for you. If you need a moment, think light, slow, deep. Light, slow, deep. That's how you want to breathe. In and out of the nose.